Hey everybody, Michael Waddell here for another edition of Outdoor Bites. I am sitting with not just somebody you've seen on Outdoor Channel, I'm sitting with a dear friend, and we go back, way back. Matter of fact, for me, it goes back to, I got my job because this guy called me one day and left a voice message and said, hey man, let's go. Do you want to take
Bill
some turkey
Jordan,
hunters?
Bill Jordan told me, call Michael Waddell, get him on the phone. We need Michael to come call some turkeys in for us. So that's the truth of the story.
That was. Matter of fact, what's funny is you look back, and obviously if you watch any type of, production from Realtree Outdoors, Monster Bucks, All Stars of Spring, I was such a fan of all that. But David Blanton right here has been a long-time producer for Bill Jordan and Realtree. And early on in my career, obviously, I remember, David, y'all had me come guide. And I remember I worked that whole week, and I had guided. I remember you called me it was like a couple weeks later. It's like, hey, man, we need to get your Social Security number. I'm like, man, what? Did I screw up? I thought I'd run a red light. And it's like, no, man, we're going to pay you. And I'm like, pay me for what? And he's like, man, guiding. And I could not believe it. They actually paid me to go take some cool people hunting and riders. And that's all we've been doing, really, is talking to a lot of, it's amazing at the outdoor riders that are still here. But
best money Realtree ever spent, I can tell you that. Best money we ever spent, yeah, for sure.
Well, it's amazing.
And that led to a long, long career with you and I. And of course, our friendship is stronger than ever, but our career together was amazing.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I feel like in this space, when you walk around and you talk about outdoor programming, I mean, you and I, especially you feel like you know everybody, and everybody feels like a friend. But when it comes to you and I, and even Realtree, and just that whole bond, I mean, it's thicker than just friendship and a colleague. I mean, we went on family vacations together. I mean, we've cried together, we've celebrated together, we videoed each other, we've been turkey hunting, been really all over the world.
People don't know the bond between us. They don't know the bond between us, and I think that's cool.
No, they don't. Yeah. And I think that's what's special about all of this, is the fact that if you watch the programming, you watch Realtree Outdoors, family, friends, and outdoors, that's something Bill come up with a long time ago, but it's so true, and it really extends past just people working together. It's the fact that really it's amazing this culture is.
Well, Michael, we recognized early on your personality and your charisma and your hunting ability, but when we created and started the road trips with you, what year was that? About 2000?
2002, I think, 1 or 2.
When we came out with road trips, our slogan was a different kind of hunting show.
That's right.
It was a different kind of hunting show, and I've never seen the popularity of a hunting show even since then.
Right.
When we came out with road trips with Michael, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really shocking, and it's funny when you look back and how things had changed, and it was really cool to be part of that production team. Because we'd always have those managers meetings every Monday. We'd sit down, think of creative things we could do. In reality, it was like a bunch of kids that, we were shooting bows, trying to figure out on the Monster Bucks videos.
Working out.
Working out. Oh, God, I remember that. That was so fun. But it has been amazing. And to see where it's all progressed. But, seriously, David, like, you've done it all now, though. You've hunted literally around the country. You've been out of country and hunting. You've done all these things. Have you settled into one thing you like more than anything when it comes to
Michael, that's a great question, and a lot of people don't know this about me, but you do. My original passion when I went to work for Bill in 1990 was filming turkeys. Yep. I love to video turkeys. I love to video turkey hunts. You couldn't make me pull the trigger, but I wanted to film you shoot a turkey. Remember those days?
I do. Oh, yes.
I love filming turkeys. Well, now I'm coming back complete circle. Now my passion again, my number one interest I have right now is going and filming turkeys.
Really?
Again.
So it's come full circle
all the way around.
Dude, we would meet at that big Springs, or big
lumber yard.
Yeah, at the lumber yard, at Vars's lumber yard.
It's come all the way around.
Meet up. Remember Dale Earnhardt would show up?
Yeah.
I was talking to Blake Shelton the other day, and he said, man, did you really hunt with Dale? I said, are you kidding me? David Blanton and Dale were tight. I said, and somehow Dale learned that I had won a world championship. So get that old boy out there, that turkey caller. Man, we'd go hunting, meet up at the lumber yard.
Remember Dale called me that one night. We were going the next morning. He said, hey, Blant, who's going with us in the morning? I started naming names. And he said, nope, no. Just me, you, and Waddell. That's it. Nobody else.
Man,
well, then that puts you in an awkward spot. Like, okay, well, I need to tell some folks they ain't going in the morning.
That's right. It's funny, of all the people we met, it's so hard not to name drop for me with Dale, because he was I mean, looking back at some of the things we did, and it's funny that you were talking about finally coming back around to video and turkeys.
Yeah.
And you got to tell the story. Was it Don Jones when y'all went to go video each other? Both of y'all camera.
Oh yeah.
jobs?
So way back in the day, before I went to work for Bill, we were running camera for Bill some, but this is before I technically went to work for Bill. We have been guiding turkey hunters all year. So finally, at the end of the season, we have a morning. Let's go hunt in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go do it. He was running camera. I was running camera.
Cameraman's day out.
Let's go hunt in the morning. We get out there, we park our trucks, open the door, it's breaking day, turkey starts gobbling down there in the swamp. We're fired up, man. Get my camera gear out. He's getting his camera gear out. And I looked at him, I said, wait a minute, where's your gun? He said, no, where's your gun? Neither one of us brought a gun because we were going to film each other, but we forgot to tell, no, you're shooting. We didn't have a gun. We did not have a gun that morning.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's my favorite all-time story, but that just shows you're talking about just, you know, you never thought about it. We videoed each other, and you guys were, y'all was buddies and had a chance to go out and didn't even
I
have a
remember
gun.
with you, Michael, turkey season, we'd be running them turkeys hard, and about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'd have to pull in and take my little power nap.
Oh, man. That is a classic David Blanton. We'd come in, and I remember we'd be wide open chasing turkeys, and it would be about 9:30, 10, like, hey, man, let's stop right here at the gate. And I always thought, well, okay, we're going to go and take us a little nap.
Yeah, right.
And so I'd sit there a little while and look out the window, and you'd immediately go to sleep. And I'm thinking, okay, and then I would finally doze off, and you're like, all right, I'm ready. And it'd be 10 minutes later, you would take a sincere power nap.
Now you're in a fog.
Now I'm in a fog. I'm like, man, I was about to be out for an hour in that old expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's
Great
unbelievable.
times.
Looking back,
Great
looking at the
times.
career and looking at what we've had a chance to
Yeah.
do, and holy cow, man. I mean, what now? I mean, David, I look back on these pictures,
Oh.
you know, obviously,
The
you
memories
probably
are-
had a lot more hair, and
I
mine
had
was all
hair.
brown. Now, you know, people, and I see it all the time. There'll be a picture of you and I was like, man, Blanton and Waddell, they're getting old. Like, yes,
Hey,
we
you remember
are.
you called me at a SHOT Show somewhere from the food plot at the Encinitas in South Texas to let me know that you'd shot your first deer on camera with Realtree.
That was it.
First deer he ever shot on
absolutely.
camera for Realtree. He calls us at a SHOT Show because Bill let him hunt this food plot in South Texas.
Yep.
That was awesome. I'll
I
never
remember
forget that
I was
morning.
so happy, and I remember then, y'all knew it, I didn't. This shows you how the rookie I was, excited to bow hunt. Looking back, 100%, now you look at deer management, that was like a 3.5-year-old buck, and I had just slayed him,
Who
and I was so
cares?
happy. It's like nobody said
Nobody
nothing,
cares.
everybody was happy, and so
Yeah, no cares.
a lot of
Yeah.
unbelievable memories.
That's awesome. Yeah.
What David, so what now? Like, you know, you've done this a long time, man.
Yeah.
You've hosted a lot of shows, obviously still hosting Realtree Outdoors with Bill. Tyler, you know, Jordan, Bill's
Sure.
son, is
Yeah.
really involved.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, now what are you excited about? I mean, what gets you going to where that, I guess you could say, legacy, so to speak?
Michael, it's what I was talking to someone yesterday, and I've gone past the progression of trying to shoot big deer and trophy deer, and now I'm on the backside. Now my main interest when I go somewhere is truly my number one goal is to go to a camp where everybody are good people, the fellowship, the laughter, could care less about the quality of the animals we're hunting.
Right.
I just want to be there for the fellowship and the laughter and the food and the fun. That's where I am now.
That makes
Now,
perfect
you talking
sense.
about no pressure on yourself. That's a beautiful life.
It's a beautiful life, and it is amazing. I think the older we get, and we look back on all those times and those memories and these relationships we made. It's funny, I was having the same conversation, similar conversation with a friend the other day. And the most scary thing you could ever have was be a lonely, dusty trophy room, and you didn't make any friends, and all you had were these animals.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
And we can't say that we got that. We got some of the best friends. I'm running into people from
yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
I met a gentleman from Australia a minute ago that I'd had a chance to share a camp in Kansas
Sure.
with, and you know, it's amazing.
You remember when it used to really bother us when we ate a tag sandwich?
Yeah.
I mean, like it really bothered us.
Yep.
Now, it's not even a concern of mine.
It's unbelievable. A good campfire, some stories.
Yes.
Catching up. It is amazing. And I think for us, yeah, you know, especially you, David, I mean, there's a lot of these things you've checked off.
Oh.
Like, man, I want to get a Pope and Young whitetail. You know, I remember probably back in the days when you was hunting Georgia, like,
Sure.
man, if I could just get a Pope and Young whitetail. Well, check. Next thing you know, one day I'd like to get maybe 150-inch deer with my bow in Kansas. The next thing you
Check.
know, and then you start checking off all those things that,
Michael, but more importantly, you and I, we are blessed we are blessed by God
100%.
to have done what we. Do you realize God chose us before the beginning of time? He chose me and you to do what we do for a living.
That's amazing.
By His hand, He chose us.
Absolutely.
That's humbling.
It's very humbling.
Very humbling.
Yeah, you can look at that and it's, you know, you can think about what you do and it's amazing. And one thing I found very common, especially, you know, with you, Bill, and really everybody that I get a chance to work with in this space, it would be easy to get arrogant or even cocky. And I would say
Actually, I go the other way.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems
away.
like the more things happen in a good way, the more humble it makes you. It's almost like almost like bring a tear to your eye. Whether it's a compliment, whether it's an opportunity to share another good hunting camp, whether it's a tag field or just a new friend you made, it's amazing.
Because like Michael, you know, you've got friends like this. I've got tons of friends in South Georgia where I grew up that will hunt circles around me.
Yeah.
That are way better hunters than me. But yet we're the ones that get to do what we do.
Right.
That's humbling.
Very
Don't
humbling.
take that for granted.
It's a lot of responsibility comes with it, especially when you look at that culture.
That's right.
What it comes from, and you know, and you talk about God, it's hard not to have some type of spiritual connection when you know, I mean, holy cow, how many times we've been in a deer stand, it's dark and the sun's coming up. I mean,
how many people would believe that you and I have had our run of pickup basketball games too on the road?
Oh my goodness. yeah, we learned that the hard way. We went out to Montana, we thought we were so Georgia boys could school, they don't play basketball in Montana. They play basketball in Montana.
We have had some fun on the basketball court.
Yes, we have.
People don't know that about Michael Waddell. He's got a little post-up game down low now. I'm just telling you. Get him the ball down low because he'll dominate the paint.
Exactly. You watch David Blanton hunting on Realtree Outdoors and bow hunting and laying down these big bucks. He's Larry Bird, man. You shoot it to him on the outside, he just sinks them, man. We had more, and he's so competitive. You know,
my.
That's the thing people don't realize too is we have fun, we cut up, and we talk about humility. David's got a lot of humility, but he and I both kind of that same slapstick fun. We had softball tournaments, and I never forget I missed a ball over there. We was a tight game.
First inning.
Yeah, I was bleeding over there with shorts on third base. I dive after a ball, and I think I come up with the ball, and I throw it away to second base. And Blanton looks at me, why the hell we need more out of you? Why the hell you? I'm like, hey, David,
I think I looked at Michael and said, what, Michael, you owe me.
You owe me.
You owe me.
David, unbelievable. Holy cow, we've had
awesome.
Well, you know one thing, we can't, there's no way we can sit and talk. What about them Bulldogs this year? Man.
Buddy, I'm going to tell you right now, it's been a long time coming, but back to back.
It has.
It may be back to back to back.
It could be.
Kirby's doing it.
He's doing it. I think we got a lot of Alabama fans getting a little nervous now. They're kind of blowing up a little bit.
Yes, we do. Alabama fans are feeling the heat right now.
They are.
Yeah.
Because it could be kind of turned into somewhat of a dynasty. That's right.
You better believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My dear sweet mama, she was the biggest dogs fan in the world.
I know it.
You know, she had a great seat. Now.
She did.
She had a great seat that night.
Man, my Uncle Tommy was up there with her.
Yes,
old
sir.
Don.
You know that's right.
It's funny, David's dad, Uncle Don, that's what I call him.
Uncle Don.
Man, he amazing. And you look back and you're right, all of them was Bulldog fans too.
Yes, they were. You better believe it. Yeah.
David, I can't even tell you,
Michael,
buddy. Like I said,
brother.
we've had a chance to talk to a lot of people, but
we can talk.
This ain't like people just talking in the industry. We're like brothers, man. It's amazing the things we've seen and places we got a chance to go together. And so glad to be still sharing this space with you, man.
Michael, thank you. I owe a lot to you.
Well,
I owe a lot to you. I want to video you shoot a turkey.
You won't have to twist my arm.
I'm
you never
serious.
did back in the, I would love to do that.
I want to video you shoot a turkey.
We got to do that this year because we hadn't had a chance to do that in a while.
Let's do it. I want to video you.
Right on. We might meet up at the lumberyard. We might not
We'll meet at the lumberyard. Yep.
We'll explain when we get there. Look, you got to understand. We're reconnecting.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, buddy.
David Blanton, man, awesome guy. We certainly hope you enjoyed Outdoor Bites with me, Michael Waddell. Thank y'all for watching.